Walz, Mr. President. Do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz, over the fraud scandal in his state.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched JD destroy him in the debate. I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent. And I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field. And I think she's leading the field in this, for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. You know, the problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily because I want to run against it, whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table. It could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, you know, but I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country and I want that to be carried forward. And, you know, I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But, no, I think that Walz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him, okay? There's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're gonna look at that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
He's 100% right.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Yo, shout out to the. Okay, so wait a minute. Who wouldn't like the president? Why would y'all sit here and say that y'all don't love Trump? This is the greatest president in our lifetime. The greatest president in our lifetime. And because he's saying it with his chest and he's making no apologies about it, and he's not being politically correct, but he's saying exactly what the truth is. I ain't even gonna say he's saying what he feels. He's saying the truth. Let's be honest. The only thing that we was really recognizing Somalia for was the pirates on Captain Phillips. Somalis in this modern day and age had become famous for stealing and being pirates and hijacking boats. All we knew was Tom Hanks and Captain Phillips. That's the only thing that we knew of Somalis. That's just the honest to God truth. That's the only thing we knew of Somalis. Captain Phillips. And then all of a sudden, y'all come over here and you get haughty. Can anybody pass the Grey Poupon? They got an 88% welfare. They live in Section 8 houses, and that means that they taking advantage of taxpayer money. While driving luxury cars. Yeah, everybody would be driving luxury cars if they can get their housing subsidized by taxpayers. And then got the nerve, not even born here, to talk big stuff, big talk. And see, it would be different if I haven't been there, but I've been there multiple times. I've been over to Minneapolis. I've been to St. Paul. I've been to the Twin Cities. I hung out there. I already showed y'all some of the footage of me being there. I was up on what was happening in Somalia before. See, I was talking about this years ago. And I was like, I asked the question and I said, why is it so many liberal time was over in Minneapolis looking at all of the ghetto booze. It's amazing. Liberal time was looking at the ghetto booze. Now, to be normal, than to be all extra and making it seem like you're bigger than what you are. I'm trying to retreat to be. Hold on, let me see. When I go out of town. Let me see. I know she competes tomorrow. About to get back in. There it is.
I will be wrong, right? Holy crap, girl, shut up.
Let me see. Was I talking about Somalia? It get a little sketchy out here when it start getting dark outside. Just a little bit. A lot of fire trucks. A lot of police activity. A lot of ambulance activity. It's a lot of seedy characters. And I was just on a train on the way back to downtown Minneapolis from the Mall of America. Got into it with a couple of little hood rats. So I've been telling you that I've been getting into it with I was in Minneapolis. Got into it, I seen some hood rats in there. I said, what's going on? What is happening over here in Minneapolis? Bro, I've been talking about what is going on in Minneapolis for a long time. What year was this? Let me see what year this was. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. I'm like, what is happening? See, I was doing 118,000 views 6 years ago. A lot of people will wake up and they say, oh man, Anton, you just got popping. Hey, somebody told me, some woman told me, she said, she didn't tell me. She was saying it on a live stream and she was asking another person that I'm real cool with. And she said, that's your platform. Nobody knew who they were until after you went on there. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, damn, 6 years ago, just a regular vlog in Minneapolis, I was doing 118,000 views 6 years ago. So this was before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we were doing numbers. Just say that you didn't know. The point is that I think that Trump is absolutely right. And these people are a distraction. These people are not supposed to be here in the United States of America. They taking advantage of what we got going on over here, and they're using it with taxpayer dollars. I don't think that Trump is wrong at all. I don't think that Trump is wrong at all whatsoever. I think that he's dead on. And when did we become so sensitive to where you can't say what you're really thinking? When did we become so sensitive to where we can't say what we truly thinking? The reason why we love Trump is because he called it garbage. He said that the country is garbage. One thing I've never heard of in my entire life, I've never heard of anybody say, you know what? I want to go and visit Somalia. I've never heard one person in my entire life ever say, man, you ready to go to Somalia? Can you even book a trip to Somalia? Let me see. Flights. Let's go to Somalia. Detroit to Somalia. And East Africa. Let's explore. Three stops, four stops. Jesus, you got to go through 4 stops to get to Somalia? Good gosh. You got to go through 4 stops, 3 stops, 36 hours? Heck no. And look at the boat. Look at the picture of the boat. Look at the picture of the boat. And this is where they was stealing all of the this is where they was taking their pontoon boats and they would jump over here. See, this is why you can't even let them be. You can't even let them be on the water because they not using it to build up and to look good and to sell themselves and create industry. They over there using piracy. They're using piracy to go off the water and to steal. I'm good. Yeah, I don't think that even a Somalian man that they deported back don't want to go back there. He's begging to come back to the United States of America. Nah, I'm good, bro. And they got the nerve to be disrespectful. You got Ilhan Omar sitting there with her pompous ass looking stupid, and she's over there being super disrespectful. Nah. I'm good. Maybe we should hold on. Let's do a Google Maps just for shits and giggles. Let's do a Maps. Has Google mapped Somalia? I don't think that Google has mapped Somalia at all. What's the major city in Somalia? This is a major city. Major road, major city. Let's go down in there. Let's see what's down in the Somali world. I can't even drop the little man in Somalia. You know how you can drop the little man for him to be able to go to the streets? I can't even drop the little man there. Street view. Can I do a street view anywhere in Somalia? No street views. You can only look at it from terrain, traffic. You can only look at it from a satellite. No street views. This entire city right here. You can't do no street views. That's crazy. What's the next major city in Somalia? No street views because it'll have like a blue line. Can't do no street views over there either. Let's go over here. I'm pretty sure this is where they set stage piracy. No street views over there either. All right. Got one road in, one road out. All right, I see.